guys. Welcome to Rise and Shine. My name is Kendra Moore, and I am your life insurance consultant. Now, I'm just going to check the sound here because I did not hear my video sound playing. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So give me a second. If you can hear me, I am going to wish you guys a happy Friday. All right, hold on. Let me see. Okay. So the video sound is coming through. So I want to wish you guys a happy Friday. This is the Friday right before 4th of July. All right. So you guys, I want to talk about red flags for insurance companies. So for life insurance companies. Oftentimes I am asked to look up things such as pre-existing conditions, right? So somebody may have had something in the past and health-wise, and so they're curious as to whether or not they can still get life insurance. And so what we as life insurance agents have access to is called we do what's called a field underwriting. And on the field underwriting, what we can do is we can look at general guidelines that life insurance companies give to us that allows us to kind of get a sense of whether or not somebody might be approved or denied, or maybe, somebody may be at like a higher rate, so we can try to set expectations for our clients. So in this list, as I was going through this list yesterday, I realized that a lot of people do not know that, or may not know, I'm not going to assume, but may not know that in those underwriting guidelines, there are risky behaviors that may prevent people from getting life insurance coverage. So I know for life insurance, we tend to think about health stuff, but life insurance companies are also looking at how are you living your life, right? Are you living your life in a risky way? Because if so, then, they are not going to approve you. So just think about it. If you were going to lend money to somebody that will not pay you back, or more than likely do not have the funds to pay you back, or maybe they're like, the way that they move isn't quite right, so you don't trust them. Are you going to lend them money? No. So life insurance companies work the same way. So I want to share with you guys just real quick. I'm going to be quick this Friday. Some of the risky behaviors that you need to be aware of. And I think this is especially important if you have kids, because we need to set our kids up for success, right? To let them know, because life insurance, again, it is a wealth building tool. So I want you guys to have access to these wealth building tools. So let me tell you some of the things that can prevent some of that access. Now, we think about things such as smoking or tobacco use, right? Smoking or tobacco use. Nowadays, you can get it, but you can get higher premiums. If you have other risk factors, they may deny you. Okay, so it just depends. Everything is looked at from a person-to-person case. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation, because people's situations are different, right? From their health situations are different. So, but that's one. But here are some, and that makes sense to you guys, right? Drug use is on that list. Now, what's interesting is for marijuana, some carriers will actually still allow you to get life insurance, even if you smoke marijuana, excuse me, but it has to be, they look at like the frequency, why you're smoking it, etc. So, that's one where you may be able to get approval, but, likely at a higher rate. But here are some other ones that people don't know about. Dangerous hobbies or occupations such as skydiving, scuba diving, motorcycle racing, private aviation, firefighting, for example. Poor driving record, right? So if you have multiple speeding tickets, if you have multiple accidents or DUIs, especially if the DUIs are recent in the last, let's say, 3 to 5 years, for example, you may end up not being approved for life insurance because they're looking at that as a reckless behavior, right? So you're already exhibiting a reckless behavior. You may enjoy it, you may love skydiving, but that's very reckless / risky behavior, right? So we can say risky behavior on that. Criminal record. So if you have felonies or recent criminal activity, especially involving violence or drugs, parole, or if you're on parole or on probation, that can lead to denial. Again, different insurance companies handle things differently, but I'm just giving you the typical ones. And then the other one that I wanted to touch on is poor financial behavior. So if you have large amounts of unexplained debt, bankruptcies, or inconsistent income, okay? So sometimes they may not outright deny you, but you may have to go through some more paperwork or write a justification, like a financial justification as to what happened, right? So I know, again, when we're thinking about life insurance, oftentimes people think about the health factors, but there are behavior factors that life insurance companies look at as well. So, the way that you can improve your insurability is that you want to be open and honest in your application. If you smoke, if you can stop smoking, of course, that will get you a better rate. If you have traffic violations, you may need to wait some time, or maybe you get a higher rate. And now when I say rate, I mean your premium would be higher. So you could get a higher premium, but you really want to make sure that you're driving safely and avoiding traffic violations. Before I got in this business, I would not have associated traffic violations with life insurance, but that makes sense. And then, of course, if you avoid risky hobbies, right, or be prepared to pay extra in your premium if that's something that you really want to do. So those are just some of the things that I wanted to touch on today. Again, in an effort to help prepare you to have access to financial tools for your family that helps you to build wealth. Just be aware of how you move throughout this world, and know that that move can impact your access to wealth building tools. All right. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday, and I will talk to you next time.